Hey, awesome ones, Heather here.
And Bill here.
Okay, so I know a lot of us do not want to get a new tech item because we don't want to learn how to start it up. But Bill, what did we do?
Well, we went out and we found 5 tech items that we just love.
And they're all under $100 too, so check them out. It all starts in a few seconds. So the first thing I want to talk about is this little Google Mini, and you can also get like an Amazon Echo. There's a lot of different versions of this little thing.
So yeah, Heather, first of all, this is the voice. You ask it and the voice in your own voice, and it tells you what you want to know. But she picked it up at a silent auction, I think it was.
I did, and I thought to myself, well, you know what, I'm going to bid on this. It's going to a really good cause. And then somebody said to me afterwards, oh my gosh, did you win that? Like, you shouldn't have. And they said, you know, they're always listening to you. And a couple of things about that. Number one, they're always listening.
Big Brother is always listening.
1984 is here, folks, and they're watching you on cameras. Your phone is always listening, probably too. But I did remember we watched that documentary on Amazon.
Right.
And somebody said, you know what? When I ask Alexa a question, are you guys listening at all the other times? And they said no. So you know, it's a good question, but you're not going to get around it anyway. So I got this thing, and I braved talking to it. And all you have to do is you ask it a question. I'm going to ask it a question in just a few minutes, but you ask it a question. You can also ask it to set a timer. Let's say you're boiling an egg. You need 10 minutes for the egg, or you want to know what the weather's like this weekend or it's going to be tonight. You can ask it almost anything that you search Google on. You just ask it a question and it works great. Now this costs under $100. I think it cost me maybe a little bit more at the silent auction, but yeah, it's under $100, and it works great with the next tech item that I want to talk about, and that is it's actually free, and it is an app. I have it on my iPad here, so the iPad's more money than $100, but anyway, as you can see, it's my Spotify, and I just pressed the Spotify app there. The app is free, but for what, about $10 a month or something?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to get the premium plan where you can listen to anything without commercials, then you go for the premium.
Yeah, so I'm kind of used to listening to commercials on the radio, and they're very few and far between too, so I like them. Now, what I like about this is you can pick playlists for the free version, and we have got, well, let's read you some of the playlists that we have
Heather
here.
writes everything down.
We have a Mozart, because you love Mozart, and some of the classical music playlists. We have 70s and 80s acoustic, your favorite coffee house, which is great for the mornings to listen to, romance dinner, R&B.
Love that too.
Mellow favorites, spa treatment, and these are all playlists. So let me just see a couple more. Timeless soul ballads, 90s love songs like the Backstreet Boys and that sort of thing. And yeah, and they also have current dated ones. I usually ask when I'm in the kitchen for the mega hit list, and I get a lot of the current
Heather,
songs.
you had me at music.
It's just anything you can think about. Like, there's all kinds of playlists, even Christmas playlists that you can just have running in the background. So let me just show you how this works. And since I know the playlists, all I do, well, usually you say, hey Google, play Mozart. I guess we already had it set up for you.
We'll try it now for everybody.
Hey Google, play Mozart.
Here's a Spotify station featuring Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
And it might not all be Mozart, but you'll get some amazing classical music.
Perfect classical.
Let's just drift off. If you're not into classical music. You weren't into classical music.
Well, not till about 5-6 years ago I wasn't.
And now what is happening to you now?
I love it.
So, I don't know, it does something to your senses, to your brain.
There's so much noise out there now in the world, even with music. Even the music, the pop music that I like, sometimes you just want to go, whoa, I just need something to really, really bring me down, in a good way.
Anyway, if I want to stop the music, I just say, hey Google, cancel. And that's it. So I got another one in conjunction with all of this, and I'm going to show that one to you right now. All right, so another thing that Spotify is great for, and of course there's other, like Apple Music, there's a lot of, YouTube has music as well. Let's just talk about Spotify for right now. But what you can find on Spotify are podcasts, and guess what?
Hey, we have one, the Awesome Over 50 show.
Yes, and it's at Awesome Over 50 podcasts, and we've got a whole bunch of them on there. So, if you're driving to work or something, you might want to listen to them. And
yeah, it would be like having us sit in the back seat of your car chatting with you.
Yeah, and again, it's on, what's the name of the Apple ones again? Apple Podcasts?
Yeah, just on the Apple, on Spotify. There's we literally found out there's probably a dozen platforms for the podcasts. Wow.
All right. And so anyway, we've got another tech item to show you, and it's right here. And this is sometimes when you're playing your music or you're listening to Bill and Heather or whatever you're doing, you want to have a little better sound. And what this is a Bluetooth wireless, it works with your Wi-Fi speaker. And what I love about, besides the changing colors, which are kind of cool, but it's an indoor-outdoor one. We got it for under $100. And even if it rains a little bit, this one's kind of waterproof too. So I'm going to show you again, let's stay with the classical music. Here's something that I found on Spotify, and you'll hear the sound on this. Maybe you can turn it up a bit when I play the music, Bill. Go even a little louder, because it's incredible sound, which you can get. It's small but mighty. And what we usually do is, I'll just turn that off for a second here. As you can see, I can use my iPad, I can use my phone.
That's right.
The app for Spotify or a lot of these other Apple Play Music, they're just available on your phone. What I like about this too is I can have it around Christmas time and just sort of put it wherever we're moving. If we're in the dining room, I move it there.
Yeah.
Play some random Christmas music. They got all different kinds of playlists. I'm in the kitchen, I'm in the living room, whatever.
It's come a long way. Do you remember the day when you had that big hi-fi set up in your living room, and it was perfect, great sound, subwoofers, but then you wanted to go upstairs or you wanted to go down in the basement? Well, there was the problem, but these are great.
Now you just take your phone and you take this along with you. And you know what we're trying to say here, by the way, we're going to have links below in the description where we can link to a lot of these different items for you. So if you're thinking about getting them, and hey, if you're worried about setting them up like we usually are, we usually grab one of our millennial kids.
That's right. Well,
Josh.
They got to pay their keep.
But they don't even live with us anymore, so we just feed them. But, a millennial will help you with it in most cases, or we go onto YouTube and we find these tutorials.
Either way, you'll figure it out.
Yeah, you get it figured out, and then it's smooth sailing. Actually, I just had a couple of my girlfriends up just a couple of days ago, and both of them, I showed them, I had some music playing on this. They went, oh my gosh, I got one of those for Christmas. And then the other girl, she says, they're in their 60s now, but she says, oh my gosh, I got one of those for Christmas too. I have no clue how to use it. So I spent about a half an hour training them, and now they're really happy. So go with the gadgets. Once you figure them out, you're happy you did, right?
I agree.
All right, let's go to the next one. So our fourth item, and Bill, you know how much I love this, is an exercise monitor that just goes on your wrist, and this thing is fantastic. And by the way, if you kind of like these videos and the things that we talk about, we do traveling, we've got Paris and London and healthy food.
We'll always have Paris.
Always have Paris. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe and also click on the bell so that you're notified when we're doing these videos. But I got this in a black color, and you can see that I've changed it to a silver because I find that I can wear it with anything if I change it to a silver. But this will show me, I don't think it's really perfectly exact for your heart rate, but it tells you how many steps you've done. It tells you your exercise capacity. It tells the time. It also, at 10,000 steps, it kind of vibrates and all these fireworks kind of show up on the screen, so it's really, really fun. But one of the things, the tech part of this, well, that's a lot of tech part I just talked about, but you know, the tech part is, let's say you're calling me or texting me.
It'll go off on there and let her know that there's a text from me or from whoever.
Yeah, and so I can just sort of feel it vibrating, take a look and go, oh, my daughter's texting me. And I don't always know because a lot of times my phone is in the purse and I don't really know that, you know, somebody's texting me. So this is fantastic.
If you have your phone turned off in your purse, if it's turned off, let's say you're in a meeting or at a theater, does it still ring on that? Does it still?
If it's on vibrate, yes. Like I turn the sound down because I have been in a theater and a movie and looked at it and gone, oh my gosh, you know, I wonder what that's all about. And sometimes you have to leave, you know, your mom's 95.
That's a great application, actually.
Yeah. Now, I want to show you something else for all the women out there, and maybe the guys too. I mean, they have guys versions of this too that I guess I'll put it against Bill so you can see it a little bit better. But look at the bracelets that I can buy and wear. I bought these already for this, and they even show you, I don't know if you can see that there, but they even give you a little bit of a tool there so you can put it together. And there are some beautiful, Bill, you make a great backdrop. There are some beautiful bracelet types things because I was finding that I was going to maybe a gala or upscale kind of place, and I wanted to wear something a little bit fancier. So again, we will be linking the bracelets and all that sort of thing. They're very inexpensive. I think this was like $6 or something.
Well, that's a good deal.
So yeah, and by the way, we're wearing our spiffy Awesome Over 50 t-shirts, and hey, if you want one too, thank you so much for your support. We're going to put some links under there and let's put some links for, wait a second, I'm not really trying to sell a bunch of things, but also the spiffy mug if you like mugs.
They're pretty practical, I gotta admit. I love the logo, of course, but they're really practical. I love wearing them, and I you know, my coffee. I love having a good cup of coffee. It tastes even better when I drink it out of our mug.
Well, I think the most important thing is when you drink out of a mug like that, you kind of do feel awesome. I've got lots of mugs with messages, and if you feel you want one. But anyway, we weren't really selling all that stuff. It just sort of came out of us like that. But yeah, this is a great tech item. Ever since I got it, I haven't really gone back to other watches. So I forgot to mention, you can get those Fitbits and a lot of exercise wrist thingies.
Exercise monitors.
Right on, thank you. He's not just a pretty face. He's anyway, yeah, you can get those for under $100. But let's go to number 5.
Yes, number 5.
Number 5. Now, you might have this. You might have a new spanking new car and you don't need this, but I know we have an older convertible and we need this. We're going to show it to you in just a
driver?
Yeah. Anyway, wait a minute. But anyway, as far as this one is concerned, we're going to show you the video of it in just a second. But let's talk about dash cams because they really are a safety factor. And what they do, and when I say safety, I also mean help at the court because...
Evidence.
Yeah. If you get in a car accident and you know it was not your fault and you have the dash cam facing out and they can clearly see that it was not your fault, in most cases, they're just throwing them out. Like they're saying, okay, you're innocent, that's fine.
Even if you weren't involved in some type of accident, maybe you were far enough back that something happened in front of you. A lot of times the police forces will ask anybody that was in the area that might have a dash cam, you know, to check it, and if there's something on it, to go see them.
That's right. So, you know, now a lot of people turn them around. They use them for karaoke, in the car karaoke, or doing selfies or something like that. But, you know, the other thing is that if you have a second car, maybe that's an older car that doesn't have the dash cam sort of thing. Also, if it makes a great gift, you know, for a Christmas present or a birthday present. One of your kids, they bought an older car and they don't have the dash cam. So let's take a look at what I'm talking about. And this little one here, as you can see on our windshield, it was less than $50. So a really good investment into your, you know, think about the time you'd spend in a courthouse or something. So it's a really good investment. But also, it's got this little wire now. Yeah, I gotta hide it underneath a little bit, but it just plugs into the lighter, the cigarette lighter there. So, and it has, I guess, a little a memory card inside of it.
Yeah, they all come with the little SanDisk cards, and you can plug them into your computer.
But I think that that's, you know, a lot of the tech things that they have right now. And there's, you know what we got to get? We got to get one of those kind of ring bells that people come up to your door and you can see.
Right. Well, this is what I was going to say, is those are 5 of our kind of favorite tech items under $100, but there's so much more out there.
Oh, can we give a bonus number 6? So bonus number 6, most of you that have a smartphone, we both have the Apple phones, but you could have a Google phone or whatever. A lot of them are voice activated as well. And so what you need to do, or what you could do, what I do every single day of my life pretty well, is I do reminders. And what happens is I'll just talk to my phone, I'll do it in just a second, and they will remind me to do that. So let me just think. Okay, all right. Hey Siri, remind me tomorrow at 3:30 to edit the video.
Okay, I added the video to your reminders for tomorrow at 3:30 p.m.
All right, so this is amazing. Like, you know how many times you go, oh, Bill, remind me tomorrow, or you're always saying to me, oh, Heather, remind me tomorrow. Oh, we just don't do that to each other.
I'm the one that needs the reminding constantly.
So here's our little hurricane, and when he comes out, we are reminded to talk to you about upcoming videos. And we've got a video that's coming out, and we visited one of the largest, well, it's one of the top 6 largest fairs in North America.
Yeah.
And boy, did we feel like kids again, eh?
Oh yeah, and the fair has been around for what, since 18 something?
Yeah, it's over 100 years.
Yeah.
But we were just like going to the Midway, and we watched a rock and roll concert, and it was just so much fun. And you gotta have, it doesn't matter how old you are, you have to have a play day, and that's going to be on this station here, or this channel, I guess you call it.
I'll translate for it.
Awesome Over 50 Inspiration. And also over at the Beauty and Fashion channel, I'm going to be trying some anti-aging creams, some new ones. So, and I'm also getting my fashion and style on for you, and that's over at youtube.com/awesomeover50. And I am just, boy, I'm loving Instagram as well.
She certainly is.
Every single day, you know, there's a lot of women out there that I do inspirational video, like little stories or like a little video, and then I do the posts every single day now. I haven't missed a day, even when we were in Paris and London. So you might want to check that out just on Instagram. Check out Awesome Over 50. But, you know, until next time, don't kind of shy away from the tech items, because it's not really undiscovered territory that you can be afraid of. It's undiscovered territory that you can, you know, embrace, enjoy. It really kind of makes your life easier.
There's just a time period where you become comfortable and familiar with something new, and it's the same with tech items.
Yeah, and what does it do for your life that we found?
Well, it makes it easier.
And it keeps it awesome.
It certainly does.